Good morning. It's Monday, June 3rd. I hope you had a good weekend and a good start to your Monday morning. Well, here's something to think about. Paul, the Apostle Paul, in the book of Romans, describes himself as a bondservant. And he goes on to say, a bondservant of Jesus Christ. He goes on in chapter 1, verse 5, and he says, through him, meaning Jesus, we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name, among whom you also are called of Jesus Christ. Now, if we are called to Jesus Christ, are you a bondservant of Jesus Christ? A bondservant means, I looked it up, and it means a slave who works for no pay. He has to do anything his master asks for no pay. He's a slave. He does not have his own life. He does not have freedom. He does not have anything. Now let me ask you, are you willing to be a bondservant to Jesus Christ? Are you willing to do anything for God? Anything? Or are you one who has, well, I have a little bit of faith, so I'm just going to do a little bit of this, and I'm not going to do everything that I think God's asking of me? And of course, the more faith you have, the closer you grow to Jesus, the more easier it is to know what he wants of you. But in the meantime, you would go to your sisters and brothers in Christ, the people that know more about the Bible, and you would ask them and study with them and hopefully continue to grow in Christ, as we say. So again, that's my puppy dog. Again, Rosie, it's enough. So again, we have to ask ourselves, what are we willing to do for God? Or maybe, what are we not willing to do for God? What are we not willing to give up? What are we not willing to do? You're not going to give up your friends, not going to give up your habits, you're not going to give up certain things that you know are wrong. Maybe that's an easier question for you. Because what are we willing to do, that reaches out. What are we not willing to do kind of comes back into us. And so what are you not willing to do? And then what are you willing to reach out to God and do? Just something to think about, because Paul said he was a bondservant, and he truly was. He did whatever God asked of him, whether it meant talking to hostile people, getting beaten, continuing always to preach and preach and preach the gospel. Whether you believe or not, you have to understand that these apostles truly did everything they could for God. And they truly did what they were committed to do for Jesus. So I don't think we have to do that much. Hopefully not. But we always have to ask ourselves every day, what would God want me to do? And see where you go. So you have a great Monday, and God bless you.